Hello everyone and welcome back to DaVinci Guitar. I'm Abigail, this is Jim, and today we're continuing our series on the triads. Last time we talked about the triads and how you can play them in major. We talked about the root form, that third form or first inversion, that fifth note form or second inversion. But we talked about those in terms of a major key. This time we're going to learn how we can play the minor triads. So this is exciting stuff, and let's jump into the theory behind them. So the theory of a minor chord, as most of you probably already know, faithful DaVinci Guitar subscribers, a minor chord is a root, a flat third, and a fifth out of the major scale. Again, we're going to work in the key of G, or this time it's going to be G minor rather, because we like how we can not reach up super high when you don't have a cutaway. We're going to go ahead and work, like I said, in G minor, and this time we're working in minor because we're going to learn the minor forms. Now, the key of, or a G minor chord rather, would be a G, a B flat. It's not a B, right? Because it's a flat third, so it's a B flat, and then a D. So we're going to go ahead and play the forms now. Okay, so the first form that we're going to learn is going to be this root form, right? So we're basing it off the G note here, this top note, and we're just going to simply bar the last three frets. Again, it's a triad, a three-note chord as we talked about last time. So it's just G, B flat, and D. No repeats. Next, we're going to go ahead on up to that B flat note. And another secret trick here is we're going to actually use a form for D minor. We're going to use a D minor form that most of you know from our Back to the Basics series, right? That D minor form, though, is actually a first inversion minor triad form that people end up adding the open D to, so it ends up being a four-note chord. But that's a pretty cool little tip for you there. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go up to the B flat note, and you can simply use that D minor form because it's a first inversion minor triad form. Make sure on the B flat is the root. This is a G minor chord in first inversion. We're hitting that G, the B flat, and the D with the B flat in the melody up there on that high E string. Perfect. Now, of course, we have to go to the fifth note, right, for second inversion. So the second inversion minor form is going to be based off of that fifth note, which is a D. So we're going to go up here to this D note. And what we're going to end up doing is working with a form like this. It's just 1, 2, 3. Not too hard. G, B flat, and D with D in the top, in the melody. And that's a second inversion G minor chord triad. Triad three-note chord, right? There we go. So now you have all of the forms needed to play a minor triad up the board. Again, apply this in any key. All you have to do is follow the formula. Take a major scale, pick out the root, the flat third, and the fifth, because we're working in minor, and then practice it up and down the board with the forms that you now have. If you need them again, go back, pause the video, write them down, stop it there, and that is how you can apply this to your own playing. So now I'm going to turn it over to Jim, who's going to continue. Jim?
Thanks, Abigail. So we're going to continue with the minor triads. And what we're going to do is we're going to start on the G. And I do want to make a statement that when she talks about root, first inversion, second inversion, understand we know that's not the case right now. We just do it from a musical point of view. Okay, so what I'm saying is if I play the G, I'm going to play G minor. If we go to the B flat, we're going to play the B flat chord. And when I go to the D, I'm going to play a G minor on the D. Now, so that's why we consider it root, first inversion, second inversion, because it's the sound that matters. So now I'm going to give you a little tip of how to practice the major and the minor. What I do is I go back and forth 4 times because every chord is only a one-note difference. And if you see that, you will learn the 6 forms very easy. So what I do is I practice my major form, then I practice my minor form, and I go back, then I go to the first inversion, or the B note, and I find the B, and then I find the G minor. Then I go to the D note, and I find my second inversion. And that's how I practice the major and the minor. Ab?
Perfect. Well, thank you, Jim, and thank you to all of you out there watching DaVinci Guitar. We hope that so far the series on triads has been helpful for you, as you can simply apply this to your own playing with a little bit of theory knowledge that you all now have. Root third and fifth for major, root flat third, and fifth for minor. Using the forms that we've discovered, you are right on your way to becoming the Renaissance guitarist you were born to be. Thank you so much for watching DaVinci Guitar, and make sure to stop back in next time for our next upload, when we will be sharing some more on triads with you. DaVinci Guitar, out!